Okay, what up? Today we are looking at somebody's save file. This is a vanilla player. They posted in the subs saying that just everything was hard. Their team needs some work, and so we're going to jump into their save file and see what they've got going on and see what we can do about it. I already took a look at this once, so I know what we're getting into. Um, yeah, let's just hop right in and see what we got. Okay, so first, let me rearrange this stuff. Put the game settings where we can reach him. Change R button mode to view the party so we can open up his party. Okay, what do we got? We got Quacker, Noibat, Hariyama, Metang, Phantump, and Salandit. And some of these Pokemon we're not going to change because I looked in his box and I saw that he took a lot of time to breed and hunt Noibat and Phantump and Salandit, just judging by how many of them there are in here. And this Slugma, which is probably a flame body Slugma. Let's see. Yeah, this is his breeding box. So, Noibat and Salandit and Phantump are staying on the team. That's not negotiable because this guy obviously likes them a lot. So, we are going to take our 6 Pokemon here first, and we're going to punch them into a little calculator thing that lets us see their weaknesses. So that's what we got over here. Whoops. And what do we got? We put in all of the names here. I'll put the link in the description or comments or whatever. And so we put in the names of our 6 Pokemon. And here we get to see. One sec. Sorry, yeah. Here we get to see the type matchups for all of these, like what's weak to what. So if we look down here, having 2 weaknesses to one type is not a big deal as long as we have resistances. Having 3 weaknesses here is not great because, like, let's say, oops, move this over better so we can see it. So we have 3 weaknesses. Like if there's a very strong rock type Pokemon on the other team, it just means that he's going to be able to kill half of our team. So if our guys that resist rock are already dead, and then they send out something that's very strong and has some strong rock type attacks, it's going to sweep us. So we don't want to have 3 weaknesses to one type. So we need to get rid of one of these. Our 3 Pokemon here are Salandit, who is not allowed to be removed because the guy likes it. Noibat also not allowed to go off the team, so we're getting rid of Swanna because that's how she goes. Because this guy obviously likes to keep Noibat and Salandit, so we're keeping those 2. So Swanna's going to go. And we want to have something that's not weak to rock. And then what else are we worried about on this team? Let's look. We got here. See, there are 2 weaknesses to Ghost. And you might think, oh, it's only 2 weaknesses, not a big problem. But there are no resists. Nothing resists Ghost. So that makes it more scary. So for these other ones where there's 2 resists, like 2 weaknesses, like he's got 2 weaknesses to Fairy, but he also has something that resists Fairy. So he can have something that can switch defensively into Fairy. If there's something very powerful with Fairy type moves on the other team, he's not too afraid of it because he can switch to something that resists Fairy. But with Ghost, he has nothing to switch to. So we are going to switch to something that resists Ghost. We have another little calculator here. I'll send you the link for this as well. Here are all the things that resist Ghost. Oops. No, this is what Ghost does more damage to. So Ghost does double damage to these 2, and Ghost only does half damage to Dark, and Ghost does no damage to Normal. So we want either a Dark type or a Normal type on the team. And if we look, I don't really want a Dark type because we already have 2 Fairy weaknesses, and Dark type is weak to Fairy. So I don't want to have a third Fairy weakness. I don't want to do that. Like the whole point of this thing was to get rid of this triple weakness. So I don't want to have a Dark type because if we have a Dark type, we're going to be weak to Fairy. So we're going to do a Normal type. Normal type is good because the only thing Normal type is weak to is fighting, and we already have 4 resists to fighting and no weaknesses. So if we put in a Normal type here, let's just put in a random Normal type so you can see what it looks like. Let's put in Snorlax up here. Now the typing chart looks much better, okay? So this this weakness to fighting is not a problem because we have triple resist, and now we have an immunity to ghost where we used to have nothing. We used to have no resist to ghost, but now we have an immunity here. And what was it? Our original problem was rock. We had 3 weaknesses to rock. Now we only have 2 weaknesses. So everything is a lot more balanced now. So, um, for a normal type, I looked in his box. I didn't see anything that I liked for a normal type. He had a Bunnelby, which is kind of cool, but Diggersby is weak to ice. We don't want an ice weakness. He had a Linoon. Linoon can be good at higher levels once it learns Belly Drum and Extreme Speed, but Linoon is just not good at lower levels. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna go catch him a. What did I decide on? So we're gonna go here. We go to the Pokedex, and in the Pokedex you can filter by type. So when you're looking for a normal type Pokemon, you just do this, go into the Pokedex, type in normal, filter by type normal, and we can scroll down and see what we want. I'm gonna do Furret because I love Furret, and Furret got a great buff in this game with extreme speed. So we're gonna build a cool Furret. The Furret is going to have Hustle because Hustle will make it do more damage, and then it has the move Coil. So Coil raises attack and accuracy. So it will counteract the effect of Hustle, because Hustle lowers accuracy but increases attack. So now we're going to use Coil to increase accuracy and to increase attack. And then we got a bunch of good moves. We have Sucker Punch and Extreme Speed. And it isn't going to learn Extreme Speed till level 48, but that's fine. That's not too long. And in the meantime, we'll just use Return, and it'll be a good Pokemon. So that's going on the team. So let's go and catch ourselves a Furret, I guess. Actually, I'm not going to catch a Furret. I'll let him do that. So we're going to catch it. We're going to put a Furret in Quacker's spot. We'll let him do that. We'll just put something else there as a placeholder. I'm not going to take the time to actually do it. We're just going to talk about it. So he could put a Furret there. I'll put a Linoon there as placeholder, but you know what it is. I already told you. It's a Furret with Coil and Hustle, and it will be awesome. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to look at these other moves. So Noibat. This Noibat is designed to be a special attacker, it looks like. Is that right? So it has a blue number on attack. Blue number means minus 10%, and it has the red number over speed, so that's plus speed minus attack. So that means it's going to be a fast special attacker. And let's look at Noivern's base stats to see if that's right. So here we look for Noivern. And that looks right, okay? So Noivern is very fast, and it has a higher special... Whoops, am I in this frame? So Noivern is very fast, and it has a higher special attack stat than an attack stat. So that's right. This guy did it right. You want to have it fast and special attacker. So we're going to choose some special attacking moves for this guy. I don't know how many choices we have at a lower level, but let's look at what he knows now. He knows Razor Wind, which takes 2 turns. That's pretty bad. Agility, he doesn't need agility because he's already so fast. You don't need to be faster. Bite is a physical attack. We don't want that. Dragon Rush is a physical attack. We also don't want that. But honestly, we probably don't have very many choices right now. So even though I'm saying all these moves are bad, I'm not sure if Noibat actually has any better choices. So we're gonna get the advanced stat scanner. We're gonna change this to difficult. If it's difficult, he will give us this special tool. Whoops. You want this? Yes, I want it. Thank you. You need to change it to difficult. If you're on vanilla, he won't give this to you. But now I have it. Thank you. Okay. So now we can change it back to vanilla if you want. Okay, we're back to vanilla, but now we can go into the party and we just press R on somebody and it will let us see all of their stats and what they can learn, what moves they can learn. So, um, yeah, okay. So you look at Air Cutter, you're like, yeah, you look at Razor Wind, you're like, Razor Wind, oh great, it's 80 damage. 80 damage is a lot of damage. Yeah, but you have to charge up for one turn. It's like Solar Beam. It doesn't work until the second turn, so that's a really bad choice. We want something that will hit immediately, and preferably something that is Flying type or Dragon type, because Noibat is Flying Dragon type. You can see in the top right there. The typing is Flying Dragon. And so that means any attack that is Flying type or Dragon type will do 50% more damage. So we want something that is one of those two types because we'll get that same type attack boost. STAB, stab, same type attack boost. So we want to teach it flying type moves and dragon type moves, and we want to teach it special attacks because its special attack is higher than its physical attack. And I guess I should explain that. Razor Wind on the right side here, there's that blue shockwave symbol. And that blue shockwave means that this is a special attack, not a physical attack. So it will do damage based on the special attack stat. So we look here. Noivern has two stats. It says attack is 34 and special attack is 39. The special attack is higher. So we want ones that will do damage based on the special attack. So some good moves to learn would be Air Cutter. Air Cutter will be better than Razor Wind. It will even just straight up do more damage than Razor Wind because it has same type attack boost. So instead of 60, it will be doing 90. So Razor Wind is a normal type move. We do not get same type attack boost, so it's only going to be doing 80, and you need to charge for one turn. So Air Cutter is by far the best move we can learn right now. It doesn't learn any good moves until I don't know. I guess it needs to evolve before it gets good moves. So even though Dragon Rush is a physical attack, that's probably still a decent move to have right now, just because Noibat has almost no choices. Like these moves are just not good. You don't have that many choices. So even though I said like Bite is bad, it's still correct that Bite is bad, but at the same time it's the best he gets. So he should go teach Air Cutter, replace Razor Wind with Air Cutter, and that's the best you can do right now. Hariyama. And I'm just going to tell you, Hariyama has some great moves. Look at these moves. You have Fake Out. Fake Out is one of the best moves in the game because it's priority and makes them flinch. You just get a free turn, and it's great for double battles. Knock Off is also an amazing move, especially because it will give you nice coverage for ghost types that are that you're not going to be able to hit super effectively with other moves. And just Knockoff is good for getting the items off of other people, and it has practical use. You can use it for farming items. So I'm just going to tell you, we want Fake Off, we want Knockoff. We don't want Seismic Toss because Seismic Toss, the damage is based on your level and not your attack stat, and Hariyama has a high attack stat, so you want to use the attack stat, especially if you're using Belly Drum. Like if you want Belly Drum, you want some attacks that'll actually do damage. And then we also need he doesn't even have a fighting type attack, right? Oh, he does. Force Palm. Force Palm does 60 damage. Do we have a stronger fighting type attack available? I think there's a good egg move that he gets. This one. Storm Throw is very good. So it says 60 damage also, but it says it always results in a critical hit. So basically it's always going to do 50% more damage than that. It's going to do 90 damage. But then also it's same type attack boost, so it's going to be doing, well, what, 135 damage. That's a lot. So if you can get Storm Throw, that would be good. So the move set would be Storm Throw, fake out, knock off, belly drum, I guess. Yeah. And so just to be clear, we look at the attack again. We look at these stats. So the nature here on this Hariyama is really bad because it has a minus attack nature, but you can even with minus 10% attack is still way higher than special attack, and that's the stat we want to use. So his attack is higher here at 91. So that means we want to use physical attacks. We want to use physical attacks like these, the ones that have the red explosion symbol. So all these attacks are good. This symbol, this yin yang symbol, means it's a status move, so it doesn't do damage. Well, sometimes they do damage, but it's not an attack. It's just a status thing. So this is a move that's going to increase your own attack, and make sure that you do the right one. So it says the user maximizes its attack stat at the cost of half its full HP. Sometimes people will use the wrong type of move, so they will use a move that raises the special attack on a Pokemon that has physical attacks. So you need to make sure that you do that right. So yeah, I don't know if there's that much more to say. This team is okay now. The typing is balanced. We need to make sure we figure out move sets for all of these. So like Noibat, we said Noibat is a special attacker and will have special attacking moves, but it's not going to learn them until it levels up and evolves. So Noibat is just going to be weak in the early game. That's how it is. Got to deal with it. Linoon, I gave you a move set for Linoon. It's going to be Hustle, Coil, Return, Sucker Punch, and then Extreme Speed later when it can get it. Hariyama want Fake Out, Knock Off, Belly Drum, Storm Throw. Salandit is a physical attacker. No, sorry, Salandit is a special attacker. I said that wrong. Salandit is a special attacker. There's a great nature on this one. That's good. The nature increases its special attack stat, and these moves... Whoops. The moves are mostly good. Poison... these are all really weak. So I guess it'll get better stuff when it levels up. But right now, like, we just have these moves which have a super low base attack. 40 damage, 30 damage. But I think when it levels up, it'll get better stuff. So, yeah, like Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot is a move that we want. We definitely want Nasty Plot. So it says it sharply raises the special attack stat. That's what we want. We want a higher special attack. Incinerate is good. It's fire type, so we get same type attack boost and 60 base damage. It's not great, but it's a hell of a lot better than Ember. Ember only has 40 damage, so Incinerate 60 damage. Great, we'll take it. Venoshock 65 damage. Again, it's not great, but it's a hell of a lot better than Smog, which is only 30 damage. So I guess the moveset we're looking at right now is Nasty Plot and Incinerate for a special attack with same type attack boost, and Venoshock, another special attack with same type attack boost. And then later, as we get to higher levels, we can get stronger attacks like Flamethrower or whatever other cool TMs we've got in here. But yeah, we want special attacks on here. Phantump is a little bit different. Phantump is a defensive Pokemon, and so we're going to want status moves. The moveset on this Phantump is already really good. So it has Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp will burn the opponent, which will make them take damage every turn, and it will cut their attack in half. It will make them do less damage. That's very good. So once you burn somebody, it will cripple them. It will make them so they can't do as much damage to you, so you can stay alive longer. And then you also hit them with a Leech Seed, so you're taking health and healing yourself every turn. And then in these last two slots, Phantump has a move called... what's it called? Horn Leech. Horn Leech will get to suck some of their health. So you burn them so they don't do much damage and they're taking damage every turn. Then you hit them with a Leech Seed so that you're again taking damage from them every turn and healing yourself. Then you can Horn Leech again, so these are all ways where we are first you're debilitating them and then you're trying to heal yourself, keep yourself alive while killing them slowly. So we can have Will-O-Wisp, Horn Leech, Leech Seed, and in the last slot we can toss in Protect. Protect will be very good because Protect will give us a free turn of Leech Seed. So let's say you're on the field, You're at a little bit low health, but you already put Leech Seed down on the opponent, and there's a risk of them killing you this turn, but it's okay. You use Protect. And so when you Protect, they won't do any damage to you, but you'll still get to heal from Leech Seed at the end of that turn. So you'll still do damage to them, even though they couldn't do damage to you. And you will heal a little bit. And then if you're holding leftovers, you'll heal a little bit more. So Protect is really, really good here. Protect will basically give you 2 free healing and 2 free damage on them. Yeah. So, it's a good team. It's a good team. And then Metagross will also be a physical attacker. Just find some physical moves for him that make sense. And this balance is good. We got 3 physical attackers here. We got 2 special attackers, and then Phantump, which is sort of a beefy wall. And Hariyama is also sort of a beefy wall too. He's quite bulky. So this is a well balanced team. So put move sets that make sense. If they're physical, physical moves. If they're special, special moves. If they're supposed to be a wall like Phantump, then we can do status moves like Burn and Leech Seed and Protect. And then also get items that make sense to go with each of these. So like Hariyama, if you're going to be putting yourself at low health with Belly Drum, maybe give it a berry, because then it will heal itself after using the berry. Salandit, it's a very offensive Pokemon. It's going to be trying to do lots of damage, so you find some sort of item that will let it do more damage, like a charcoal or a life orb, anything like that. Phantump, we already said we want to have a leftovers on here because it's trying to heal itself. Linoon, I don't know. It's also trying to do more damage. Maybe give it a Silk Scarf if you can find it. No, but this is not Linoon. It's going to be... What's its name? This is going to be Furret. We're going to put a Furret there. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that makes sense. If you have any more questions, can toss them in the comments. But this team is balanced. The move sets will make sense if we do it that way, and this is a great team. Even on higher difficulties, difficult or even expert, this could be sort of okay. Noibat is a little bit iffy because it doesn't evolve until late, so it's a little bit dead weight right now, but it'll catch up. This team is not bad. Okay, that's all we got. Thanks so much.